the main marches, where they're going to, they're just going sightseeing around the shops. They know the people within their marches are organising this. They know the real problem is the Crown Corporation. About 1.2 square miles. That's where the cabal are. They've never gone there. They will never go there because they have controlled opposition within their ranks. We have to shine the spotlight on the people that are doing this because the top families and the 300 shareholders, that's their hunting ground, the Crown Corporation. They're not only doing this to the Britain, they're the same people are doing this to the world. Now they will not let them, because what's happening is, they're asking permission from the police where they can march, because there's controlled opposition within their ranks. They will never let them go into their hunting ground. They don't want the spotlight shined on them, because the people already doing this are the 300 shareholders from the former British East India Company. They're controlling all the banking system, they're controlling all the fiat currency, they're controlling all these big multinationals. They are doing this, as I said, not only to Britain, but to everyone around the world. What we need to do is get in there with big numbers into the Crown Corporation, the City of London, at 1.2 square miles, live streaming there, use a PA system, and tell the world who's doing this to them. Because it's coming from here. It's actually coming from Britain. But I've spoke with the people who are organising the main marches. They said, okay, yeah, we're warranty the idea, but it came back, no, we have to ask the police, no, we can't go. Because what is happening, the cabal do this, the deep state cabal do this. Whenever there's an opposition, they put moles within the opposition to control the opposition. Now what they fear, as I said before, what they fear most of all is the spotlight being shone on them. So what we need to do is, we did this on the 15th of May, about 4,000 or 5,000 went there, we did live streamed in there, we used the PA system, we told the world who's doing this. But we need to get in there with bigger numbers. Bigger numbers. We need to get in there in huge numbers. Because the only way we're going to stop this is by letting the world know where it's coming from. And it's coming from them. Like I say, they're not going to stop this. Those, as I'm sure most of you know, these lockdowns are not going to stop. They've already committed mass genocide already. They can't stop now. But we have to stop them. Because what they fear most of all is enough people knowing who's doing this and knowing what's going on, because they can then no longer get away with it. But it's fantastic, all these people coming down here, but they won't go to the problem. It's just 3.5 miles down the road, the 1.2 square mile City of London. They've got what they've got in there. They've got the main lodge for the Freemasonry, for the World Masonry, is in there, in that Crown Corporation. They've got the 12-member council and the Remembrancer that represents the top 13 families of the pyramid. That's in the Crown Corporate City of London. And as I said before, yes, the stock exchange is in there. Every head office for every bank in the world is in there, except for 3 nations. Because there's only 3 nations they don't control. They control everybody else. Iran, Cuba and North Korea. That's only 3 nations left now that they don't control. Only 3 nations that don't have a Rothschild central bank in there, fiat currency bank. But as I'm sure all of you know as well now, this is now about a new world order. That's what they're pushing. Even the Pope has pushed out through the Vatican. The Pope has put a letter out through the Vatican. They're going for a new world order now. Totalitarian new world order. Not democratic, because the Vatican is also in cahoots. They're part of the Crown Corporation. What they use is there's 33,000 Jesuits in the Vatican, and they're shipped around all over the world, and they're causing mayhem everywhere. But like I said, they have never ever gone into their territory. You've got to ask yourself why. It's 3.5 miles down the road. They're the people that are doing this.
Yeah, man.
They'll never go there. Simply won't go there. So what we need to do is as many people here as possible know when they come in, they're going to be coming in at 1 o'clock and they're going to be straight out to Oxford Street, and they're just doing a dance around Oxford Street. Like I said,
what did I say?
There's a group over here.
What did I say?
They're also talking about the satanic abuse, because many people have had satanic abuse against them. Because the other thing I will tell you as well, the majority of people are in these 300 shareholders. They are what you call Kabbalists. Kabbalah is another form of Satanism.
Sebastian!
That's why in Hollywood, most of these Hollywood actors now are all following Kabbalah. That's why Madonna went crazy about 30 years ago and appearing on stage with her tits and arse hanging out, because she's following Kabbalah. It's a form of Satanism. They're all doing it now. The whole of Hollywood's doing it. That's why all the junkets coming out there is all Satanism, a lot of it. So look, like I say, we have to go to the problem. If you've got batteries in your phones, please go in there with us when we leave over here. When we leave, please go with us to the. It's 3.5 miles, but it'll be the best 3.5 miles you've ever walked. We're going to the Crown Corporate City of London. We use a PA system in there. We all live stream in there as well, and tell the world who's doing this. It's the only way we're going to stop these people. They fear, as I said before, they have a massive fear that not only people are going to wake up to them in numbers, but they fear being had the spotlight put on them and exposed. They really do fear that, and it's the only thing they do fear. But they're not going to stop. This is going to continue. We have to stop them. We have to stop them. We have to let the world, not just in this country, because there are probably more comatose in Britain than anywhere else. And it isn't by coincidence that the first country that gave the jab out was the UK. It's not by coincidence.